And I want to talk about my plan of attack and my key policies. As I mentioned before, I want to do this. I want to create a 6-month post-lockdown congestion charge holiday. And this removes these prohibitive taxations in order, like the congestion charge, in order to safely promote visits to the city and boost the economy. And again, I'm not pro-automobile, but I'm pro-business because I'm pro-citizen and I'm pro-economy, which means for 6 months, we have to find any way possible to get as many consumers in this city so we can get this economy back on track. So that's my post-lockdown congestion charge holiday. We also need a 6-month post-lockdown business rates holiday. We got to remove business rates across the board and promote our small and medium-sized businesses. Next, we need to stimulate those key sectors. Like I said, specifically hospitality. They've been hurt so bad. Restaurants, cafes, nightclubs, retail, and the hotel sector as well. Next, we've got to encourage the return of office workers. I worked in the City of London for almost 10 years. I know these financial institutions. I would go and see the top 25 CEOs of the global financial institutions and legal firms and consultancy firms as well. And I would sit down to them and say this: what's it going to take to safely get 25% of your workers back in London? What's it going to take? Let's find a way to make it happen. Maybe you need some tax breaks. Maybe we talk about a way that we can work together on a new building project that's also going to bring revenues to this city, but let's find out how we can do it. Let's innovate. Let's find a solution. That's the way I would attack this problem and get this city working again. Our current mayor, he just wants to lock us down and lock us down and lock us down. He's got no ideas, no innovations, no solutions. The next thing I would do is implement new science-based protocols for retail and hospitality establishments to deal with the virus responsibly, but still stay in business. I want to safely open up our theaters, our museums, our concert arenas, and our stadiums. And I want to promote the use of outdoor seating and the use of street parking spaces for our retail and our hospitality sectors. Months ago, I went to a coffee store chain called Caffeine and met with their CEO and founder, Peter Dorsmith. And I was inside having a coffee with him. He said, "Brian, let me show you something." And we walked out on the streets, and there were 2 parking spaces that were empty that had tables and chairs there. And he said, "Brian, this is how I managed to stay alive. This is how I managed to keep 30 people employed and keep paying my workers, because I can use this street parking to serve people in a COVID-safe way." And he said, "You know what the Mayor of London is doing? Westminster Council is trying to charge me £1,000 a week for these tables." It was something ridiculous like that. He said, "That's crushing my business when I'm here trying to innovate." And I said, "Peter, that's not acceptable. As your next mayor of London, I'm going to give you these spaces for free to promote business." And that's what we're going to do to promote getting London back to work. And finally, it sounds obvious, but it's not happening right now. We're going to get our children back to school. This stimulates all the sectors surrounding the schools. It gets teachers back to work, it pays their salaries, and it promotes the economy. And again, we've got to promote commerce and trade. That's why London exists in the first place. We didn't come here because we just like hanging out with each other. We didn't come here to promote the arts. We came here originally because of commerce, and that's what created this great city. But we forgot that. Let's get back to our basics, let's get back to our roots, and let's promote this. And I know by working with experts in the fields, and again, I've already spoke to key stakeholders in the transport sector, the police sector, in the housing sector, in businesses, technology, and finance, and they all agree with my policies, and they all know that these are going to get us back on track and get London back to work. And I'm excited to share more of these policies with you. They're all on my website, brianformayor.london. Again, putting science first, putting our health first, putting our education first, putting family first, putting communities first, making London safe again. They're all mixed together. And again, I had long conversations this week with high-level police officers, people in the communities. They all agree that these are all interlinked. And with bringing corporate sponsors in to our youth and mentoring them, that's going to help us prevent crime, which is going to help us save money from the police. These are all linked. And I've got a solution to attack all of these issues, and it's going to happen on May 6th. On May 6th, you get a choice. You can cast your vote and you can take London in a new direction. And that's our plan. As your next mayor of London, I'm going to take this city in a new direction. We have 12 detailed policies on our website. We've got videos for each policy, and we are all in on taking London to a new direction. We are currently in second place in this race, about to go into first place to become your next mayor of London. And now is the time to cast your vote for a new system. No longer for the two-party system. The Labour, the Conservative parties with their hundreds of years of history, their tens to hundreds of millions of pounds in fundraising, their career politicians, their corporate fundraisers. We need to say no, because these people don't innovate. These people don't listen to you. Why would they bother? They get your vote every year anyways. Why would they change things up? These are old institutions. We need new ideas. We need to shake things up. We need someone in there who can take this city in a new direction. And honestly, I am privileged. I am honored to be the person that can take your ideas and actually implement them and move them forward. The sad truth is this: if that it's not me, there is no chance of having any of what I've just told you change in the next 3 years. You get 3 more years of the current mayor. I am the only person standing in the way of 3 more years of wasted money, increased taxes, fiscal irresponsibility, increases in knife crime, affordable housing not being built, defunding the police, defunding the fire. I mean, the list goes on. And if you don't go out of your way, register to vote, and vote for me, then you are complicit in 3 more years of these policies. And I know that's a heavy thing to say, but it's true. So if you're a Londoner or you know a Londoner, share this video with them. Share our website and say you need to go register to vote, and you need to look at what Brian Rose is saying. Look at his policies. And if you're feeling his ideas, if you're feeling his energy, if you look at him and say, yep, this is the guy that can take us in a new direction, then vote for him. And if you want 3 more years of what you've seen over the past 12 months, the past 24 months, if you want 3 more years of that, well, then vote for the other guy. And that's the clear choice we have right now.